Welcome back to yet another mailbag episode. I've been pumping these out. I've been upgrading quite a few of my DVDs to Blu-rays over the last month or two. I'd love to know what you guys have picked up over the last couple weeks, couple days, whatever it might be, so feel free to leave that down in the comments below, and we can get a little discussion resolved. Let's not waste any more time and jump right in. So I'll get my handy standy here. Now the first package I want to open is actually from a subscriber named Herman Senercia, or Senercia. Now, he sent me something to rectify an issue that I had in a previous mailbag episode. So we're going to open this up. He saw the video and saw that I was missing something, we'll say. And he packaged this really well. And he put it in a separate Blu-ray case. Look at this. Oh, this is awesome! Herman! Thank you so much! Sent me and the actual second disc of the Director's Cut DVD for that Forbidden World that I got from Mercari that was missing the disc. This was the missing disc. So Herman, thank you so much. Herman Senercia, thank you so much for sending this out to me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's in good shape. It's got a little, well, it's in perfect shape. It's just got a little fog. But I'm going to add this to my Forbidden World collection, and it will be complete. So thank you again, Herman. Thank you so much for sending this out to me. That is very kind of you. I don't have the words to express how kind it is. Thank you so much, Herman, for sending this out. All right, next up, we've got another blue or turquoise aquamarine colored bubble mailer here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sound like Mario. Or Luigi? Or Wario? Yeah, I think it's Wario. Or Mario. Oh yeah. I don't know. Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. This completes the trilogy. This is the first of the Sinbad films that Harryhausen worked on. In my last mailbag, you probably saw that I picked up the other two indicator ones, Eye of the Tiger and Golden Voyage. This is Seventh Voyage. Now I have all three in that loosely based Harryhausen Sinbad trilogy. I haven't seen this one. I've seen the other two. This is the only one of the three that I haven't. Tons of special features, as is usual with Indicator. Awesome to have this. Who directed this one? Nathan Juron. I don't know that guy. Either way, now I have the complete trilogy of the Sinbad Harryhausen movies. Awesome. Remember, I like to do this carefully so that I could reuse these for packaging. Wow. Oh, yeah. Ordered this recently. Dragon's Crown for the PS3. This lot should have a couple video games in it. Dragon's Crown is an old school style beat-em-up game, actually in the style of a game called Guardian Heroes for the Sega Saturn, which I used to own, I don't own anymore, and it's very expensive. It's a multi-plane beat-em-up, so you could hop from plane to plane, 3 different planes, and beat up a whole bunch of dudes and hop back and forth. And it's got hand-drawn character designs, hand-drawn backgrounds, hand-drawn pixels. That is Guardian Heroes. This is the spiritual successor to that in a lot of ways, or at least heavily influenced and inspired by. It's got beautiful hand-drawn artwork on the back there. I'll probably be putting up some screenshots for you guys. Old school Dungeons and Dragons style dungeon crawler, but it focuses on the beat-em-up elements and upgrading your characters that way. It's got some light RPG elements from what I understand. I've yet to play it. I could have gotten the PS4 version, which is an updated version, but I wanted to go with the OG original PS3 one and give it a whirl the way it was meant to be played first. That is Dragon's Crown. It does have the manual there, full color. Oh yeah. Atlas takes care of their games. And it's in perfect condition. I did buy it used, but that is awesome. Dragon's Crown. Can't wait to dig into this. Alright, next up we have a box to unbox. Got 4 pieces of tape, or 3 that I need to cut at least. There we are. Let's get this out of the way. I don't want to look. I don't want it to be spoiled. Oh yeah, 10 to Midnight. So I had 2 copies of this, and actually I think one is still up on eBay, if not both. But I had them started pretty high at like $20 a piece because that was the lowest on eBay at the time. So I'm selling those 2 off to fund this, pretty much completely fund this. When it's all said and done, I might come out of pocket a couple bucks, but this is a Scream Factory with the slipcover, and it's in great shape. I did buy it used, but it has the reversible artwork there. I do like the newly commissioned artwork. It's very cool, but I'll probably keep the newly commissioned on the slipcover and swap it out. I'll do it right now. Swap out to the original artwork, the original poster artwork there. And there we go. Voila. So 10 to Midnight. This is a crazy cat and mouse sort of slasher movie, actually, with Charles Bronson. And the killer is very unique because the killer slays people in the nude, completely butt naked. And so it's the only slasher I've ever seen where the killer kills his victims in the complete nude. And it makes for some pretty goofy, pretty funny scenes. But Chuck Johnson is on the trail of this killer, and he's looking to take him out after his daughter gets embroiled in the situation. So 10 to Midnight, really fun film. I actually really enjoyed this one. This is a J. Lee Thompson movie, one of the many J. Lee Thompson Charles Bronson movies. There's like 8 or 9 of them that they worked on together. It's insane, director-actor duo. I'll have to do a video on that one day once I get to watching the rest of them. Either way, 10 to Midnight, Scream Factory, awesome. All right, next up we got a package from eBay. This is a pretty fat package here. Oh, yes. Yes, finally. I took a risk on this, so I'm looking at it for the first time as you guys are. I bought it. It had no picture. The Qatsi trilogy. I got it for like $15 cheaper than I could have gotten it on Amazon or brand new on eBay because I took a risk on the used listing that didn't have any pictures. This is in really good shape. I'm happy with this, guys, because this is something I'm going to watch over and over. It's a little rough, soft corners and whatnot, but guys, I am so happy to now own one of my favorite films of all time. That is Koyanis Qatsi. I love Koyanis Qatsi. I'm not sure if I've ever spoken about the film, but this transcends film, in my opinion. This movie is at its core a nature documentary studying the nature of humans and how we created technology and how technology and humans now exist sort of symbiotically. Maybe that's not quite the right word because technology is not living, but we live with technology. It's integrated into our lives. And this film from 1983 is a study of that, all through visuals. It's Philip Glass's mesmerizing, hypnotic score played against some of the most beautiful images that cameras have ever captured, in my opinion, and some of the most meaningful and symbolic. Like, there are just shots of people going through the grocery stores and consuming, and then there are shots of cars in traffic that look like ants going to their anthills, and there's so many parallels that are drawn between animal, just nature in general, and how we've applied it to technology, and how, when it comes down to it, we're still just consuming animals. That's what we are. And this movie, because I'm such a big fan of science and evolutionary biology and psychology, this film really speaks to a lot of those things in really unique ways. The film comments on so many social things, so many cultural and social things that us humans do, like the fact that we're so connected, but at the same time we're so disconnected from each other. And it's just such a beautiful movie. I could go on and on. Now, Qatsi and Qatsi and Qatsi are two of the other films. Now, the thing that separates this movie from the other two is that Ron Frick shot and really came up with a lot of the concepts for Koyanis Qatsi. He would later go on to do his own films, Baraka and Samsara, after him and Giorgio or Gregory Reggio, the director of Koyanis Qatsi, would kind of part ways. They had some creative differences, but it's clear to see that Ron Frick was the creative genius behind these movies. Godfrey Reggio would go on to do these two, but it doesn't have quite the same magic that Koyanis Qatsi has, and I think that's because of Ron Frick's what he added, what he brought to the table for Koyanis Qatsi, his skill behind the camera. I have seen Poya Qatsi, but I don't really remember it very well, and that goes to show, speaks further to what I'm saying about Koyanis Qatsi and how powerful it is. And then Nikoi Qatsi is one I haven't seen. I have seen Samsara and Baraka, incredible films. We've got a booklet here by Criterion. I wanted to get this before it went out of print because I have this feeling that this is going to go out of print. It's not cheap as it is right now, and I'm so happy to finally have this in the collection. Like I said, 1983's Qatsi, one of my favorite films of all time. I'll have to do a video on it one day, just gushing about it. I absolutely love it. That is the Qatsi trilogy. We got to move on. All right. We got a Prime package here. Oh, Gothic! There you go, Gothic. I recently sold off my copy to a friend of mine, Danny. What up, Danny? And picked up the Vestron version of Gothic on Blu-ray. I actually sold 2 copies of Gothic. One's still up on eBay. Very happy to finally have this. This is a Ken Russell film that is based on the night that Mary Shelley conceived Frankenstein. Based on a true story, as far as we understand. Mary Shelley, Percy Shelley, a couple of their friends went to this abandoned mansion, and they challenged themselves with coming up with the spookiest story amongst themselves. Whoever came up with the spookiest story won. Mary Shelley conceived Frankenstein apparently on that night. This is the story of that night. Very strange film. I love this cover with the weird homunculus kind of guy over the woman. Iconic cover. I love it. Very trippy film. This film gets progressively weirder. It's Ken Russell, so you know it's going to get there eventually. It starts off relatively passive and then gets into chaos as the film goes on. That is Ken Russell for you. I really enjoy this film. Can't wait to rewatch it. It's been a very long time, or it's been probably around 5, 6, 7 years, so it's been a while. Some special features, audio commentary, it's got some featurettes with Julian Sands. That's really cool. He plays Percy Shelley. And so yeah, Gothic. Looking forward to rewatching this Ken Russell classic. Next up, we've got another Prime package. We've got 5 packages to go. Let's take this out and do this together. Yellowbeard. Cool. So I actually recently sold this. I bought this on DVD for $1, sold it, and upgraded right away to the Blu-ray, which is an Olive Films Blu-ray. This is a film that I had no idea even existed before a couple weeks ago. Graham Chapman, Peter Boyle, Cheech and Chong, Peter Cook, Marty Feldman, Eric Idle, John Cleese. So this is like Monty Python meets Cheech and Chong in a pirate movie. How can you go wrong? I'm really excited to check this out. This comedy from the 80s, I want to say early 80s. Yeah, 1983. Directed by Mel Domsky. Never even heard of Mel Domsky. But I basically upgraded this for nothing. That's why I got it. It was like maybe $1 or $2 I spent out of pocket, if that even. So that's a no-brainer. Happy to have Yellowbeard in the collection. I've yet to see it, though. All right, we've got another little package here. A tiny package. Oh, my God. That's right. So on 4/20, I ordered this. Okay, let me rewind a little bit. On 4/20, I was looking at Instagram, and I follow somebody called VHS Lunchmeat, who is actually a local VHS collector and company kind of thing in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. I met him actually out at a thrift shop or something. He was looking for VHS, I was looking for DVDs, and we kind of started chatting. I'd love to even have him on the show at some point. That would be cool to talk about VHS because he knows his stuff. Either way, they posted a picture of a bunch of stoner horror movies on VHS, and at the bottom of the stack was this movie, Ganjasaurus Rex. And it was on VHS, so I immediately went to eBay and was like, Ganjasaurus Rex, clippity clop. VHS is going for like $80 to $100 plus. So I couldn't take the plunge on that. But they had burnt on demand bootleg DVDs of Ganjasaurus Rex. So I was like, for $12, $13, I'll give it a shot. As long as it's comparable quality when it comes to... As long as it's comparable to the VHS quality, I'm okay with it, because it was probably a VHS rip. This film will probably never make it to DVD. So I was okay with buying a bootleg. I have a few of those in the collection. Either way, this is a pretty good-looking bootleg. Actually, yeah, it's not the best-looking artwork, obviously, but... For a bootleg, I am very happy with the way it looks. Very clear. You could read all the words and everything. Even had a piece of tissue in there to keep the disc from moving around. Perfect. Obviously burnt on demand. A decent label. Well, not really. I mean, it's kind of boring. But you know what I mean. For $13, I'm happy with this. It looks pretty good for a bootleg. And it's a movie called Ganjasaurus Rex. So... It's apparently from the late 80s. I'll just read you the back. From the heart of the California hills comes a close encounter of the prehistoric kind. When the federal government tries to eradicate the local marijuana crop, they encounter an unexpected problem. Ganjasaurus Rex, a prehistoric 400-foot-tall monster who awakens with a healthy appetite for a particular strain of marijuana, cannabis sequoia. So this is a marijuana 420 kaiju film. I had to own this for obvious reasons. Ganjasaurus Rex. Have you guys seen this movie? Please let me know how bad it is in the comments below. Next up. This one's taped up, so I'm going to be very careful. Come on. There we are. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a doozy. So I'm a glutton for punishment. Recently, I watched for the first time Scorpion King on Blu-ray, and I didn't hate the first movie. I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. If The Mummy didn't exist, I'd say Scorpion King is the shit. But it's just a lesser kind of version of The Mummy with The Rock, who's not quite Brendan Fraser in his prime. This was The Rock's first movie, first leading role. He would play the Scorpion King with really bad CG in The Mummy Returns, and then he would get his spin-off movie. Scorpion King is kind of a rollicking sand and sword and sandal adventure that has some pretty fun beats, has some pretty fun action, but altogether just kind of falls flat. I still enjoy it. It's like a 3 out of 5 for me. Stephen Sommers helped write it. It still has some of that magic that the Mummy films have, so of course, for like $15 or something, I picked up the entire 5-movie collection. I'm sure there will be more. But I wanted to pick this up because, who knows, maybe the rest of these films are a bit of fun. They've got some big directors like Russell Mulcahy, who does the second, Roel Reina, who does the third film. So I want to give this a shot, and I still want to do this video franchise or video series I've had in mind for quite some time called Forgotten Franchises or Forgotten Film Franchises, something like that, where I talk about film franchises that you had no idea were film franchises, or ones that are still going on, ones that have ended, etc., etc. So the Scorpion King might fall into that category. So the Scorpion King 5-movie set, all on separate discs. Not much else to say about this. The Scorpion King. Alright, we've got 2 more packages here. See what we've got. I don't know what it is yet. Scare Me! Scare Me! You guys probably saw me pick this up on DVD at a pawn shop I was at in, I don't know, a few thriftins ago. Picked this up on DVD, sold it off, and picked up the Blu-ray for not much more. I probably came out of pocket like $3 or $4 for this, but it's one that I'm pretty confident I'm going to enjoy. I think it's an anthology horror film, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I'm looking forward to checking this out. It's a Shudder exclusive. Shudder does no wrong in my book. Every Shudder exclusive I've seen, I've enjoyed. So that is Scare Me. I don't think anybody's in this that I really know. Nope. Scare Me. Next up, last up, we've got a cute little box here. Cut towards yourself. And let's see what we've got. We've got a little letter manifest. And I'm not looking, I want to be surprised. Oh, yeah, this came from Scorpion. Scorpion Releasing, if I'm not mistaken. Sold off my 2 copies of Killer Elite and got it on Blu-ray. This finally got a Blu-ray release in America. And here it is. This is an MGM release. Scorpion Releasing also helped put this out. And yeah, I haven't seen this film, but I know it's one I'm going to enjoy. This is one of Peckinpah's more popular films, to be quite honest. James Caan plays a hitman. Robert Duvall plays like his mentor, if I'm not mistaken. This got remade with Jason Statham and Robert De Niro. But this is the original from 1975. But it's one of the few Peckinpah films that I've yet to see. I've seen maybe about half of his movies, but I have to see the other half. So that is The Killer Elite. I just want to thank you all for checking out this mailbag episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more videos like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, as well as the little bell for notifications. I also have a Patreon and t-shirts. Links are in the description below. Anyway, guys, I will see you all next time. BoredCyborg is out. Whoops. Oh well.